Welcome back to Matchday, a football, and it's match day 2 in the Bundesliga. Last match day before we go to our first international break, so all the teams would want to end it on a high. So let's go ahead and make our prediction. The first game, it is Hamburger versus St. Pauli. Two teams who drew last weekend against two sides. St. Pauli ended up drawing 3-all against Borussia Dortmund. Hamburger drew 0-0 against Borussia Mönchengladbach. It is the first home game for the newly promoted Hamburger, so the fans are going to be really up for it. I think it is going to be a very good game of football. The biggest criticism St. Pauli had last year was that they were not really able to score the goals. They only scored 28 goals last season, and they have started this season with 3 goals, so that's a good start for them. I think Hamburger being home, it's a night game. The fans are really going to be up for it. I'm expecting goals in this game, but I'm not expecting a winner in this game, if I'm being very honest with you. I think both of them are going to wait to have their first win of the season. I'm going for a very entertaining 2-all draw between Hamburger and St. Pauli. Moving into the Saturday games, it is Hoffenheim versus Frankfurt. Both of them started the season with a win. Hoffenheim with a big win against Leverkusen on the opening day of the season. They were really good against Leverkusen, and I have predicted that Leverkusen are going to struggle this season. And Hoffenheim, I think it was a shock that they won. They are playing against a Frankfurt side who destroyed Werder Bremen quite easily, 4-1, quite a convincing win for them. And I think Frankfurt are going to continue their dominant start to the season in this game as well. I think Hoffenheim, being it's their first game of the season, they would try to give it a go, but I don't think it is going to materialize. I think Frankfurt are going to win it quite convincingly. I'm going for a 3-1 win for Frankfurt. Up next, two teams that had a dismal start to the campaign. Leipzig got thrashed by Bayern Munich, a 5-0, and Heidenheim themselves lost a 3-1. So it was not a good start to the season for both of these teams. But Leipzig are at home in this in this match day, and they would hope to turn things around. They are on the verge of losing Xavi Simons to Spurs as well. Basically, the deal is agreed as well. So they've lost another important player after Sheshko. I think it is going to be a tough season for them, and I think this game is the one they really need to make a comeback. Heidenheim, I expect them to get relegated, and I think it should not be a hard game for Leipzig. But the fact that the way that they played against Bayern Munich, I think it is going to be very a contested game. But I think Leipzig are somehow going to nick it in that. I'm going for a 2-1 win for RB Leipzig. We then move on to Werder Bremen versus Bayer Leverkusen, two teams that both lost on the opening day of the season. Leverkusen, got thrashed by Frankfurt. Bremen got thrashed by Frankfurt, and Leverkusen that shock defeat against Hoffenheim. I think it will be quite an entertaining game. Both of these teams want to get their first win of the season. I think it will be very tough. I'm expecting goals. I think it is going to be an open game, and I think the era of Ten Hag is going to start with a couple of defeats. I think Bremen being a home side, and I think they are going to get something out of this game. I think they are going to get the win, and I think they are going to put more misery on Bayer Leverkusen. I'm going for a very entertaining 2-1 win for Werder Bremen. Up next is Stuttgart versus Borussia Mönchengladbach. Now, I have Stuttgart as one of my favorite dark horses of the season. I think they are going to have a really good season, but the start of the season was not good. Losing that game against Union Berlin, I really did not see that coming. Gladbach, on the other hand, they ended up drawing against Hamburger, the newly promoted side. So both of these teams really, in a way, underplayed me, in my expectation on the match day 1, and now both of them are playing together in this game. I think it will be a fun game. I think you can expect goals in this game, but I think Stuttgart are going to make a comeback, and I think they are going to get a win here. I think Gladbach are not really going to be able to stop Stuttgart from winning. I expect goals in this game, but I think a very comfortable win for Stuttgart. I'm going for a 3-1 win for Stuttgart. We end a Saturday with Augsburg versus Bayern Munich. Now, Augsburg had a really great start of the season, defeating Freiburg 3-1 away. I really did not see that result coming. They really surprised me with that performance, and I think they would take a lot of confidence with that performance. And now they're the home side, but the problem is they are facing Bayern Munich. They thrashed Leipzig 5-0. Like it was not a problem for them, and I think the way that they played, I think it is going to be another easy win for them. I really fear for Augsburg. Even though they were really good against Freiburg, I don't see any other result apart from a Bayern Munich win. And the fact of the matter is, it could turn out to be another thrashing for Augsburg. I mean, Augsburg would be really lucky if they end up, losing in a respectable way instead of, getting thrashed quite completely. But I think that's what's going to happen. I'm going for a very comfortable 4-0 win for Bayern Munich. Then it's the Sunday game starting with Wolfsburg versus Mainz. Wolfsburg had their first win of the season on the opening day against Heidenheim. They looked really good, and that is going to give them confidence. Now it's their first home game of the season, and they would like to continue on that. I think they would want to get into the top 10. They want to try to get to those European places this season, and they need to have a good start on that. They are playing against a Mainz side who I have predicted that they are going to have a drop from last season, and they started that season with a shock loss from the newly promoted Akon. As I said, it is going to be a troublesome season for them, and now they are going away to Wolfsburg, and I think unfortunately for Mainz, I think they are going to suffer another defeat here. They looked really off in that game as well, and I think it is going to carry in this game as well. I don't think there are going to be that many goals in this game. I think will be much more competitive, just as last week games for Mainz. I think this one is going to be another highly contested game, and they are going to end up losing a close one as well. I'm going for a very hard fought 1-0 win for Wolfsburg. You then have Borussia Dortmund versus Union Berlin. Dortmund played that entertaining 3-3 draw against St. Pauli. They ended up getting a red card in that game as well. So not a kind of start that Dortmund would have wanted. But again, not losing that game was important for them as well. They are playing against a Union Berlin side who got a big win against Stuttgart. I think Union Berlin are going to struggle this season, but starting the season with a big win was very important for them. They are going to go away to Signal Iduna Park this time around, and Borussia Dortmund, the fans are really going to be up for it. First home game of the season, and with the start that they had, playing that entertaining 3-3 draw, I expect Borussia Dortmund to make sure that they get the win in this game, and I think they are going to be able to do it. I'm expecting a very entertaining game, but I think it's going to be an easy win in the end for Borussia Dortmund. I'm going for a 3-0 win for Borussia Dortmund. And we end match day 2 with FC Köln versus Freiburg. Köln had an amazing start to the campaign, getting that massive win on the opening day of the season that nobody saw coming, to be very honest with you. They are playing against a Freiburg side who lost as well on the opening day against Augsburg. Again, no one saw that coming as well. So it is a very exciting game, and it's the first home game for the newly promoted Köln as well. So the fans are really going to be up for it. And Freiburg, they have already started with a defeat, and they would want to make sure that they don't lose a second game in a row, which I think is possible if I'm being very honest with you. The fans are really going to be up for it. The confidence from last game, the players are really going to be up for it. But I think in the end, I'm going to sit on the fence here. I am expecting a very tough game, very hard for entertaining 1-1 draw between FC Köln and Freiburg. These are my predictions for match day 2 in Bundesliga. Let me know what you guys think of my predictions in the comment section below. Do you agree with it? Do you disagree with it? What are your predictions? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well. Click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. Until next time, bye bye.